Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone, and happy Sadguruvar. So today we are going to listen to Bapdada's versions, which was originally spoken on the 2nd of March, 1985. And this Murli is extremely intoxicating, where Baba has really lifted our self-respect, telling us who we truly are and how we should be looking at ourselves. So, like it is said, if you want to increase your power of remembrance, you need to be intoxicated. And Baba, through this Murli, is really raising our level of intoxication. And in this Murli, Baba says that he's looking at his jewels. He's a jewel merchant. So he's looking at all his invaluable jewels. He is sitting in a court which is filled with invaluable alokik jewels. And each jewel is invaluable. Even if you accumulate the whole property, the wealth of the entire world, Baba says it's nothing compared to the value of each and every jewel of Baba's. And Baba says that we have become invaluable because Baba's drishti has fallen on us. And when God's drishti falls on anything, that becomes invaluable and special. So Baba says, my loving drishti has fallen on you. And because of that loving drishti, you have become so invaluable that even today, our memorials exist in the form of the 9 jewels, which are considered to be destroyer of obstacles. So Baba reminds us that we are so invaluable, destroyer of obstacles, and our memorial exists even now. And even as in our non-living living images, we are remembered. So Baba is asking us to hold a very special vision towards ourselves. Baba says you're not ordinary. Think of yourself as an invaluable being, but also remember at the same time that we have become invaluable because of Baba. So even to use the right method while remembering why have I become special and invaluable. With the right method, Baba says you will always receive success. And Baba also reminds us about purity, that purity is very easy for us to imbibe because it is our birthright. For the world outside, it's difficult to adopt purity, but for us, it's become very easy because we have been living a very pure life for so long. It's easy for us to imbibe it and live with purity. And along with that, Baba even tells us why we are the ones who are loved throughout the cycle. So again, a very intoxicating Murli. So the title of the Murli is The Present Godly Birth is an Invaluable Birth. Today, Baba, the jewel merchant, is seeing his invaluable jewels. So today Baba is holding the title of a jewel merchant, and with that title looking at all his invaluable jewels. This is the court of invaluable alokik jewels. Each and every jewel is invaluable. If you were to accumulate all the property of the world at the present time, or if you were to accumulate all the treasures of the world compared with those, each and every godly jewel is so much more valuable. So Baba's looking at us, and Baba says that our value is much more than the physical wealth and property of this world. In front of one of you jewels, all the treasures of the world are nothing. You are such invaluable jewels. You invaluable jewels cannot be found at any other time of the cycle other than the confluence age. So Baba says, we are only found once in the cycle, which is at the confluence age. So we are godly jewels, the most invaluable. You invaluable jewels cannot be found at any other time of the cycle. The paths of golden aged deity souls comes second, behind the paths of the confluence aged invaluable godly jewels. So Baba says, whose part is the most invaluable? Baba's reminding it is not of the deities, but it is of the confluence aged, invaluable godly jewels. So those who become Brahmins, those who follow Baba's Srimad. At present, you are the children of God, whereas in the golden age, you will be the children of deities. So now we are godly jewels. We are now godly children. And Baba says in golden age, we'll become the children of deities. Just as the name, the praise, the birth, and the acts of God are the most valuable of all. Elevated of all. So name of God, birth, praise, acts are the most elevated. In the same way, the value of godly jewels or souls who are the children of God is most elevated. The memorial of this elevated praise and elevated value is even today remembered and worshipped in the form of 9 jewels. So first Baba tells us why we are elevated. Because we are God's children, our part is invaluable, even more valuable than the parts of the deities. And then Baba says, our part is so valuable that even now we are remembered in our praise is elevated, our value is elevated, and we are remembered as the 9 jewels. The 9 jewels are remembered as destroyer of various obstacles. So if you can see, Baba is giving us so many titles: invaluable, godly jewel, and then the destroyer of all obstacles. So depending on the obstacle they face, they make a ring accordingly and wear that. They make a locket, or they place that particular jewel in some form of ornament in their home. Even now, in your last birth, you can see your memorial in the form of a destroyer of obstacles. So they make the jewels and they consider that to destroy all their obstacles. So Baba says, you are the ones that the memorial has been created. You are definitely number wise, but whilst being number wise, all of you are invaluable and destroyer of obstacles. Even today, souls give regard to you, jewels, in your elevated forms. So we are remembered, we are given regard in our elevated forms. They look after them, your idols, carefully with a lot of love and cleanliness, because even if all of you don't consider yourself to be that worthy, So now Baba is reminding us how worthy we are, but even if we still don't believe it, Baba says, Baba has made all of you souls worthy and made you belong to him. God has accepted us and made us belong to him. So Baba says, keep this point in your awareness and understand your worth. He has accepted. You are mine and I am yours. Like we also say, however I am, whatever I am yours. So Baba also says, you are mine and I am yours. A soul on which God's vision falls definitely becomes invaluable through having God's vision on him. So it's very simple. Baba says, you are invaluable. Why? God has made you belong to him. His vision has fallen on us. Baba's drishti has fallen on us. Because of God's drishti, such a soul definitely becomes an elevated soul of the spiritual world of God's creation. So we are Brahman children. We are created and sustained by Baba. So we are elevated soul of the spiritual world. When you come into the company of the Lord of Divinity, Parasnath, so Baba says, you come into the company of Lord of Divinity, Parasnath, the alchemist. You are definitely colored by the stone, Paras, alchemist stone. So an alchemist is the one who practices alchemy, and alchemy is a process of transforming an ordinary metal into gold. So here Baba says, Baba's vision falls on us, and from being very ordinary, we become absolutely invaluable, real gold. So Baba says, you're colored by the stone, Parasnath's alchemist stone. So that stone which can make ordinary into something very valuable. Therefore, because you receive the drishti of God's love, your memorial exists throughout the whole cycle. So simple, just Baba's drishti fell on us and so much attainment. Baba says, your memorial, you become invaluable and your memorial exists throughout the whole cycle. Whether it is in the living form of living deities or in the form of non-living images of half the cycle, or in the form of various memorials, or in whatever form, the memorial of you jewels it is, there is a memorial of you even in the form of stars. So Baba's reminding us that yes, for half the cycle in living form, then in non-living images, then in worshipped in various forms. In whatever form, there is a memorial of you. You have been loved by everyone through the whole cycle because the loving drishti of the incorporeal ocean of love has made you have a right to receive love throughout the whole cycle. So, very intoxicating point that I, the soul, am loved by everyone throughout the whole cycle. Because Baba's loving drishti, the drishti of the ocean of love, has given me the right to receive love throughout the whole cycle. So Baba's drishti falls means then throughout the whole cycle we receive that love. This is why devotees are desperate for a glimpse of even a moment or half a moment so that they can go beyond with just a glimpse. So Baba's drishti fell and what transformation happened. And then similarly, devotees just want a short glimpse. And so they feel they can go beyond. This is why the vision of love received at this time makes you worthy of imperishable love. So very intoxicating. Vision of love we get, we receive, and we become worthy of imperishable love. You automatically have imperishable attainment. He remembers you with love, keeps you with love, and looks at you with love. So again, it's such a sweet sentence. If you see, Baba is remembering me with love, keeping me with him with love, and also looking at me with so much love. And so Baba says, I am yours and you are mine. And with that loving drishti has given me that imperishable love which I received throughout the cycle. Secondly, cleanliness. So first Baba spoke about how we are invaluable and how Baba's loving drishti falls on us. So Baba spoke about love. Now, secondly, cleanliness, that is purity. So first, Baba said you're invaluable because of God's love, falling on you're receiving God's love. Second is because of purity. So secondly, cleanliness, that is purity. At this time, you attain from Baba the birthright of purity. You know that your original religion is of purity, that is of cleanliness. This is why you have adopted purity. Wherever there is a memorial of you, purity and cleanliness continue to exist there as a memorial. And so, purity, Baba says, is our religion. Original religion, we have adopted purity in this birth, because of which then our memorials are also kept in with a lot of cleanliness. For half the cycle, there is pure sustenance and pure world. So for half the cycle, you are born through purity and sustained with purity. And for half the cycle, you are worshipped with purity. So like Baba said, throughout the whole cycle, you are loved. First, you are in your living forms, then in the non-living forms, but you are loved throughout the whole cycle. Now, Baba says even purity is there throughout the cycle. So Baba says you are worshipped with purity in our non-living forms. And then, of course, in living forms, we are born and sustained with purity. Thirdly, he looks after you with a lot of love from his heart. He looks after you, considering you to be elevated and invaluable. So Baba is looking after us, sustaining us. This is because at this time, God himself in the form of mother and father looks after you children. That is, he sustains you. So because your sustenance is imperishable, and because you are looked after with imperishable love, you are looked after throughout the whole cycle with great royalty, love, and regard. So Baba's looking after us this time. And Baba says that because God sustains you as a mother and father, your sustenance also is imperishable. And then you are looked after throughout the whole cycle with royalty, love, and regard. You become worthy of being looked after eternally with such love, cleanliness, purity, and affection. So Baba is telling us why we are invaluable. We receive love, this purity, and the sustenance, and the regard, the love, royalty. So do you understand how invaluable you are? Each jewel has so much value. So today, the father, the jewel merchant, was looking at the value of every jewel. All the countless souls of the world are on one side, but you five Pandavas are more powerful than those countless ones. So, like Baba says, we're a handful out of the so many souls of the world. So on one side, there are countless souls, on the other, just the five Pandavas, but more powerful than the countless ones. Those countless ones are not equal to even one of you. You are that powerful. And so I was reminding how special we are, how powerful you are. Therefore, you have become so valuable. Do you know your value? Or do you sometimes forget yourself? When you forget yourself, you become distressed. When impurity comes in, when the old sin scars emerge. So Baba says, you become distressed, you forget yourself. Don't forget yourself. Always continue to move along, considering yourself to be invaluable. But don't make a tiny mistake. So now Baba says we are invaluable and we should have that awareness that we are invaluable, but don't make a mistake along with that. Baba says you are invaluable, but you are invaluable because of the Father's company. Without Baba, we are nothing. So we have to remind ourselves that I am invaluable because of Baba. If you forget the Father and simply think of yourself, that is wrong. And then the I and the my of body consciousness emerges. So Baba is asking us to be careful from that aspect. You are invaluable, but invaluable because of Baba's company. So if you forget Baba and simply think of yourself, that is wrong. Don't forget the one who has created you. You have become this, but you have been made this by the one who created you. This is the way to understand it. So I am invaluable. Why? Because of Baba's love. Because Baba's vision has fallen on me. Because Baba is sustaining me. If you forget the method, then the understanding changes into a kind of senselessness. And Baba says, then it's not the spiritual awareness. Then body consciousness comes in. So that's why Baba always says the vidhi has to be accurate, the method, in order to receive success, which is siddhi. So there is then the consciousness of I in the form of ego. By forgetting the method, you don't experience success. Therefore, know yourself to be invaluable in the right way. Like Baba says in the Murlis, have pure pride. Pure pride means awareness of how invaluable we are, but because of Baba, because we have the fortune of being with Baba and being sustained by Baba. Baba's vision has fallen on us. He has made us belong to him. Therefore, know yourself to be invaluable in the right way and become the ancestors of the world. Also, don't become distressed thinking that you are nothing. Maya usually takes away our self-respect and she makes us feel we are very ordinary and weak. And so Baba says, neither think I am nothing, nor think I alone am everything. So two extremes. One is I am everything, and the other is I'm nothing. So Baba says both are wrong. I am that, but the one who has created me has made me that. Again, two. remember, it's because of Baba. When you remove Baba, that becomes a sin. So in Hindi, there's Pap and Bap. So when we forget Baba, Bap, then it becomes a Pap. When the Father is there is no sin. Where there is the name of the Father, there is no name or trace of sin. And when there is sin, there is no name or trace of the Father. So do you understand your value? So Baba is asking, do we understand not to think of ourselves as ordinary, but to and have the awareness we are invaluable because Baba has made us like that. Baba has made us invaluable. I'm receiving God's love, sustenance, which has made me invaluable. So you have become worthy of God's drishti. This is no ordinary thing. You have become worthy of sustenance. So Baba's drishti falling on you is Baba saying not an ordinary thing. You're worthy of sustenance. You have claimed a right to imperishable birthright of purity. This is why your birthright is never difficult to attain. It is attained easily. So Baba says purity is not difficult for us to imbibe because this is our birthright. This is our right we receive from Baba. You yourselves have the experience of being the children who have a right, and you therefore don't find it difficult to observe purity. We, in fact, like it. We are attracted to it because this is what we have experienced for so long in the cycle. Those who find purity difficult fluctuate a lot. Purity is the religion of the self. And so we say that the religion of the soul is peace, but again, peace will only come when there is purity. So purity is the religion of the self. It is your birthright. So it would always seem easy. Something which is a birthright, easy to claim, easy to attain. So Baba says it's easy for us. Why do people of the world run away? They find purity difficult. Those souls who don't have this right would definitely find it difficult. Like in a government, some people have a certain right, some don't have the right. So those who don't have the right, they have to struggle a bit more, right? So compared to those who have a right. And so here Baba says you have a right to purity, just like in some universities, there's quotas, and this one has a right to receive the quota. So here Baba says you have received the right to purity, so it's easy for you. For the others, they find it difficult. So why do people of the world run away? They find purity difficult. Those who don't have the right would definitely find it difficult. As soon as souls who have a right come, they would immediately have the determined thought that purity is their right from the Father and that they therefore definitely have to become pure. So Baba says comes from within, that this is our birthright. We have to become pure. There's attraction towards it. Their hearts would be constantly attracted by purity. If while they are moving along, Maya comes in some way to test them. So Maya also comes to test, right, how pure we have become. So she comes to test our level of purity. So Maya comes in some form to test them in their thoughts or dreams. Then because souls who have a right are knowledgeful, they would not be afraid, but would change their thoughts with the power of knowledge. So rather than having any weak, negative thought, transform it with the power of knowledge. Like Baba says, you have to put a full stop, but to put a full stop, you need a point of knowledge. that you can remind yourself of, which can help you put a full stop. So having had one thought, they will not create many thoughts. They will not transform a trace of something into the form of its progeny. And how the progeny, how we go into the expansion of thoughts, why, when, how, what. So what happened? This happened. This is a progeny. So this is creating an expansion. You were told that by asking questions, you form a queue. You create a progeny in this way. Something comes and then goes away for good. It comes to test you. And as soon as you pass, it's over. Why did Maya come? Where did she come from? She came from here. She came from there. She shouldn't have come. Why did she come? There shouldn't be this progeny. Why this happened? Why this one said like that, etc., etc. You know, the thoughts that go on. Baba says that shouldn't happen. The progeny shouldn't be created. Okay, she came, so don't make her sit. Chase her away. If you think, why did she come? She will sit down. The moment the question mark comes, we're inviting Maya to sit. She came to make you move forward and to test you. So sometimes we feel that the same scenes or situations keep emerging because there's something we haven't learned. There's some sanskara we haven't transformed. That's why those similar situations keep reappearing. But the moment we transform ourselves, we don't react, the situations will also go. So Baba says she came to make you move forward and to test you. She came to make you move forward in class and to make you experienced. So you pass one examination, move to the next grade or standard. So here she's helping you to move a next level. Why did she come? She came like this. She came like that. Don't think this. Then you think, does Maya have such a form too? It is red, it is green, it is yellow. You go into this expansion. So Maya comes in various forms, subtle forms, gross forms. Sometimes Baba calls it as golden chains. So various forms of Maya. But we need to discern. We need to make sure we don't allow Maya to grow with questions in our mind. Don't go into this expansion. Why are you afraid? Just overcome it. Just pass with honors. You have the power of knowledge, your weapon. So our weapon is knowledge. One point of knowledge can put a full stop to our thoughts. One point of knowledge can convince our intellect to just stop there and there. So Baba says we have the power of knowledge, your weapon. You are Master Almighty Authorities. You are Trikaldarshi, Triveni. And so today Baba says Triveni, a confluence of three rivers. What are you lacking? So Triveni is also a reminder that who is with us? Bab as well as Dada, double engine. So we have so much power that is behind us. So what are you lacking? Don't be afraid so quickly. You are afraid even if an ant comes. You think too much. To think means to give hospitality to Maya. So overthinking is again inviting Maya. So she comes, she then makes her home there. So if Maya's giving hospitality, she will stay. What would you do if while walking around along a road, you saw something dirty? So as we walk along the road, if we see something dirty, would you stand there and think, who threw this here? What happened? It shouldn't be here. Would you think these things, or would you step aside and move on? So if there's rubbish, we don't look at it or think why someone threw it there. We just walk around along. Don't allow the progeny of too many waste thoughts to be created. Finish the form of it at the start. First, it is the matter of a second, and you then expand it into something that requires hours, days, and even months. So it's a matter of a second and how much we can pull it. Baba says to even months, years. Then if you are asked after 1 month what happened, you would find that it was just a matter of a second. Then after time passes, we feel that, oh, that was such a small, trivial matter, and I spent so much time thinking about it. Therefore, don't be afraid. Go into the depths. Go into the depths of knowledge, not into the depths of the situation. So this is a way to become invaluable. We are invaluable, but to really experience being invaluable, uh, being Baba's child, being the powerful one, Baba says, go into depths of knowledge, not into the depths of situation. When Bap Dada sees such elevated, invaluable jewels playing with small specks of dust, like Baba gives example, your royal children, and what happens if royal children are seen playing with dirt. So he thinks that these jewels are the ones who should be playing with jewels, but they are actually playing with specks of dust. You are jewels, so you should therefore play with jewels. Bap Dada has sustained you with such loving fondness. So how would he be able to bear seeing you playing with specks of dust? So when we go into the depths of situations, that's playing with dirt, Baba says. And how will Baba feel when he sees us playing with dirt? Well, Baba says, you get dirty and say, now clean us, clean us. You also get afraid. What should I do now? How should I do this now? Why do you play with mud? And in that too, if it is bits of mud that stay on the ground, so always know your own value. So Baba saying, know your value. We're not here to play with dirt, but we're here to play with jewels of knowledge. And those who are Jnani and Yogi souls always are fearless and have humility. So Baba says the fact that we become afraid again is because we don't realize our worth. We don't realize how special and powerful we are. So to such souls who are invaluable throughout the whole cycle, to the souls who are worthy of God's love, to the souls who are worthy of receiving God's sustenance. So invaluable, worthy of receiving God's love, God's sustenance, to the souls who have a right to the birthright of purity, to the souls who always attain success with the method of being together with the Father, to the royal children who become invaluable jewels and always play with jewels, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Then we have meeting. Do you always consider yourself to be souls who are merged in Bap Dada's eyes? Who are merged in the eyes? Those who are very light points. So you are always points. You become the points who remain merged in Baba's eyes. Bap Dada is merged in your eyes and you are merged in Bap Dada's eyes. when you only have Bap Dada in your eyes. So it really means when you only are connected with Baba, you will not be able to see anything else. So always remain double light with this awareness. I am always a point. A point doesn't have any burden. It's a beautiful awareness to hold during the day. I am a point and a point has no burden. This form of consciousness will always enable you to continue to move forward. Now, just one small sentence, but the more and more we remember it, we feel it, how it helps us become more and more light. So this form of consciousness will always enable you to move forward. When you look at the center of an eye, there is just a point pupil. It is the pupil that sees. When that point is not there, then even though you have an eye, you are unable to see it. So if pupil is only not there, there can't be any vision. You can't see anything. So always keep this form in your awareness. And I am a point, and point has no burden. An experience of flying stage. Bap Dada is pleased to see the children's fortune of the present and the future. The present is the pen with which you can create your future fortune. So Baba says, I've given you the pen and the paper. You can draw your line of fortune. It can be as big as you want. The way to make your present elevated is always to accept the signals from the seniors and to transform yourself. So we receive signals from Baba, from the Murli, we receive from the seniors around us. So Baba says, accept those and transform yourself. With this special virtue, your present and your future fortune become elevated. Acha, Om Shanti. Let's have a minute of silence. Just reflect on what Baba said. Om Shanti. So it was a wonderful Murli. Anyone would like to share some of their points and reflections from the Murli?
Om Shanti. Yeah, Gija sister, you can go ahead.
No,
Share
you
later.
go ahead, brother. Please go ahead, brother.
No, just one point I want to share. This Murli is a very highly intoxicating Murli, as you brought out. And, one point like I am a soul on whom Baba's drishti has fallen on me. I mean, I'm that special soul, invaluable, elevated soul. And such unlimited love we Brahmin souls experience during this conscious age, that we are loved by everyone throughout the whole cycle and worthy of imperishable love. Uh, Imperishable love is imperishable and lasts throughout the whole cycle, and which also includes imperishable attainments. So that's one point I would like to share. There are many other points that may also please share. Thank you.
Om Shanti, Snehaben. Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Okay, Snehaben, if I'm addressing you as a soul. Snehaben, you are a gem. I admire you. I appreciate you. We are lucky to have you, sister. You're exceptional. Your support means the world to me. You're precious. You have an invaluable place in my heart, a deep treasure. See, when you just receive or you just express, you are a gem. What runs through these two hearts, my heart and your heart? I think it's only the one who sends it and the one who receives it will know what is passing through. And today, every time in all the Murlis, Baba keeps reminding us, you are a lucky soul, most elevated soul, born in this most elevated, auspicious age. And today he is giving us a new title, invaluable. He said jewel. I am trying to think whether it's a diamond or a sapphire or a ruby, but he used the word jewel. And I just like, there are so many reasons he has given, but I like the first reason. He says, it's because I love you. God's love, unshakable, immovable, so much, so strong. And that one thing which makes me a gem is first point which he says is, I am yours and you are mine. And you're my direct child, no agent, no one in between. And not only that, I have the vision of God on me. Like I am part of that alchemist stone. And I am scraped and scraped every time in that stone. And his drishti is always in me. And no sooner I'm born, he packs me up in a beautiful box, in the jewel box, and he keeps it close in his heart. I think I'm still trying to only take this part of I am an invaluable jewel and the reason of how much love. See, when you just say somebody, I love you, but this person just doesn't say, I love you. He said, you're a gem. You're my most precious. I keep you close to my heart. Why does that intoxication not run? Maybe it will run in today, but what happens to that intoxication? Why does the jewel get lost? Om Shanti.
Yes. Yes, like you rightly said, it's really the love that is, really keeping you so close to Baba and making us realize our worth. Everything starts with love. That's why in the Murli, Baba talked about how invaluable we are, firstly, because of God's love that we are receiving. And then, of course, Baba spoke about purity, cleanliness, affection, sustenance. Anyone else would like to share?
Om Shanti. So Baba says, I am invaluable because the Father has made me so. So this is one awareness that I need to keep in my mind all the time, because so that I don't forget myself or the Father. So when I think that I am, should not think that I'm nothing, that nothing leads to sadness or powerlessness actually at this stage. So I alone am everything that leads to actually ego, and that will again will give a we'll make the window, we'll keep the window open for the Maya to enter there. So the right awareness is, yes, I'm invaluable because the Father has made me so. So we'll always remember the Father who made me that.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Use that accurate method of having the awareness so that you can then receive success. And I'd just like to share towards the end when Baba said, accept the signals from the seniors to transform yourself. So just a short story of Mama on this one. So once Dadi Janki had asked Mama that what are some things which I should take into consideration in order to speed up the process, speed up the self-transformation process. And Mama said one thing was, of course, har ghari aakhri ghari, consider every moment to be your final moment. And with that awareness, see every scene and then be totally with Baba. And then second thing was, she said that whenever you receive a correction from someone, and correction could come from anyone, she said to consider the correction to be very invaluable, and keep a special place in mind for that correction, because this correction is actually going to be very beneficial for you in the future. So when Dadi Janki heard that, she really took that point very, very seriously. So whenever she was corrected, she would think about that and see how she could progress further, working on that correction, not being disheartened by what was told to her, but considering this as a beautiful signal, as something which is going to really help me in future. So if I pay attention on this right now, my future will be extremely bright. So again, a different perspective of looking at corrections, rather than looking at it in a negative way, but looking at it in a positive way. This is beneficial for me in future. So that's what even Baba says, hold the right awareness. Situations will come, but don't let Maya come with the questions of why this, why that. But take the point of knowledge and use it as your weapon to keep moving forward. So just wanted to share that.
Sneha, in just one small point, one more thing, I've got a Swaman today, but that one point where he said, he looks after you with fondness. See, looking after a jewel, we know how we look after jewels, that fondness with which he looks after me. I always imagine, Brahma Baba was wearing a coat, he had a long pocket, and we were all in his pocket. But I just suddenly fell down in the dust. And so he's such a tall man, he had to bend down and he had to pick me from the dust. And he said, ouch. That means I created a backache for him. So I also think about how they sustain us, God. So that's why today we should have that Swaman. मैं रत्नागर बाप की अलौकिक अमूल्य रत्नो. See, certificate given by the jewel merchant, Ratnagar Bap. I just wanted to stress on the fondness with which God takes care and how we are so mischievous. Om Shanti.
Wonderful. All right, so if everyone has shared, we can have a few minutes of meditation together based on the Murli points itself. So just see yourself sitting in front of Bap Dada. And Baba's loving drishti is falling on you. Baba is looking at me with so much love. I see myself merged in his eyes. And Baba is merged in my eyes. Baba looks at me with love, keeps me with love, and also remembers me with love. He has made me an invaluable jewel who is loved by everyone throughout the cycle. He has given me the birthright of purity. adopting purity is very easy for me. I am sustained by God. I remind myself that I am a point and a point has no burden. So I feel completely light and become aware, fully aware of how fortunate I am in this birth to be under Baba's love, care, and sustenance. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Sneha Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, wishing you all a happy Sadguru Day.